For more than 40 years, 5- and 6-year-olds have been learning about safety at Safety Town. Everything from when to call 911 to pet safety to fire safety and even gun safety. They learn it here at Safety Town. Your child can be part of the program too as a Safety Towner or as a volunteer. Corporal Sherry Bruscino is the director of Safety Town. So what are the children learning?
They're learning various safety techniques. Each day we do something different. Today out at Safety Town we're learning traffic safety. So they're learning about stop signs, stop lights, when to cross the road. So everything dealing with cars and vehicles they're learning today.
But this is just a very small part of what happens at Safety Town.
It is, you're right. Each day we do something. So yesterday we had EMS come out. They learned about when to call 911, what kind of things to call 911 for. Today they switch out. So they do half the stuff outside and half the stuff inside. Today up in the building they're learning about gun safety. So they're learning, don't touch a gun, run and tell your parents, things like that. We have a day for poison safety. The fire department comes out one day, water safety. It is a little bit of everything.
I understand you learned some things about pet safety. Is that right?
Yes.
What did you learn?
We learned that if a dog tries to knock you down, you cover your head.
This has been going on a very long time. It's a very popular program.
Yes, we won't date anyone's age, but about 40 years we're guessing, and I have to find out the exact date, but yeah, at least 40 years.
Yes, I went to it, so and loved it. I still have very fond memories of going through the stoplights and the intersections here at Safety Town. What is your favorite part about it?
I just love the little kids. When they had the very initial day, they all came up and one was just cuter than the next. So, and they are learning stuff. My son's in this morning session. So when we came the third day, he saw his counselor and another counselor crossing the parking lot. And as they came down, one of them looked and the other didn't. He said, my counselor looked left and right, but the other guy didn't. So they're really learning. And I was like, wow, he has taken something from this.
While you're crossing the street, just keep on looking both ways.
Why?
Just for a car won't run over you.
And do you hear stories like that? I mean, whereas, they knew what to do in X, Y, or Z situation because I think they learned it at Safety.
You do. And for instance, I just assumed because I was a police officer, my son knew to call 911. So I asked him, I said, what number do you call if you need police or fire? 9911. He didn't know. And I was like, oh, goodness. So Safety Town's really taught him stuff already.
Have you learned a little bit about when to call a certain number when there's an emergency?
Yeah.
What number is that?
911.
And what kind of emergency would you call 911?
If there was a fire, if someone got hurt, and if someone is sick.
Did you learn something about when to call 911?
Only for a great emergency, and not when it's just a joke.
So how do you get involved with Safety Town? How can you be a part of it, either if you have a child of age or maybe a child who wants to volunteer?
Usually, I think April 1st is when we try to start sign-ups. You would be amazed at parents who are sitting there ready at 12:01 to get their child in a certain session. Because once you sign up, you're locked into that session. Now, you could be an ambassador, which you pay a little more money, and that lets you switch your session if your vacations change or, switch here and there. So that does help you out. But otherwise, once you sign up, we have to leave it because it fills up so fast. Now, everything's full except for session 4. So, and it filled up, within weeks. So it was all set up. So you can sign up that way to get your child in. Now, that is ages 5 and 6. Now, if you want to be a counselor, we do those ages 12 to 18, and that also starts in April. And most of these kids out here have been through Safety Town. We have a couple of the girls who were 14 and 15. They went through Safety Town, and now they're counselors. But that is totally a voluntary program. They don't get paid anything. It's all volunteer, and they come out for credit hours for school. But they sign up the same way.
Sarah Simon is one of the counselors here at Safety Town. How long have you been doing this?
I came as a kid for 2 years when I was 4 and 5, and I've been counseling for 7 years.
Wow. Why do you keep coming back?
I always have had so much fun, and you really build a connection with the officers, and even when you see them around town, they still recognize you and they know your name, and it's just so fun. And I love to work with little kids. So.
And how does it make you feel when you see them really grasping these safety skills?
It makes me feel like so excited because they get really into it, and like stuff like the cars, they just like look forward to every day, and they go home and tell their parents about it, and it's just like makes me feel happy.
And sometimes they're educating their parents.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like stuff that you forget and you're like, oh, I forgot that like they taught me that, or like it's just the little things that really help. So
Does it seem pretty much the same as when you did Safety Town?
yeah, I don't think it's changed a lot. We watch the same videos and everything, and so it's like I have it all memorized.
Well, it certainly looks like the kids are having fun, but it looks like you're having just as much fun.
I am. I love to work with them, and really like they make just as much of an impact on me that I do on them. So
We had over 200 kids sign up to be volunteers this year, and we could only take about 120. So
Well, that's great. It's great that they want to do it for the first off. And this is really affordable, too, for so many families.
it is. It's $35. So we provide them with the T-shirt, and then each group that comes out and speaks usually sends something home with them. There's a graduation at the end. We do child ID kits one of the days, so they'll actually take home an ID kit that has their fingerprints and their height and weight and a little photo ID of them. So it is a very affordable program.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out.
Once again, Safety Town is open to 5 and 6-year-olds and volunteers who are 12 to 18 years old. Find out everything you need to know by going to the website. It's safetytowngreensboro.com. So what do you think about police officers after spending this whole week with them?
Really good.
Yeah.